Rise with India podcast on ET Now.
Good morning and a very warm welcome to this brand new episode of the ET Now Rise with India podcast. I'm your host Rohit, stepping in while Alex is away on other assignments. Today is the 2nd of September. Over the next few minutes, you will get to hear all that matters this morning in the world of business, markets, and the top headlines. So before we start, here's what's on the show. Zerodha is now a step closer to offering mutual funds. Vedanta has come out with an interim dividend for shareholders. We'll tell you how much it'll cost the company. We'll also tell you how bad have the auto numbers been for August. You're with ET Now's Rise with India podcast, and these are the top stories. India's largest brokerage firm Zerodha will soon begin the groundwork for its latest offering, mutual funds. It has got an in-principle approval from market regulator for its asset management company. It will be interesting to follow up on this development, as back in February, founder Nitin Kamath had said that mutual funds as a product need to be reimagined. The OPEC Plus has agreed to keep increasing the oil production in measured steps. The group wants to move gradually with their plan of boosting output in monthly installments till late next year. This comes despite America saying that the planned increases were insufficient and OPEC should boost production. IPO-bound top fintech company Paytm is looking to hive off its payment aggregator business into a new subsidiary. The new entity will be called Paytm Payment Services, and EGM has been called later this month to seek approval for this. The RBI has imposed a penalty of Rs 25 lakh on Axis Bank for violation of certain provisions of KYC norms. This involves a scrutiny that was carried out during February and March last year. GST collection has topped the 1 lakh crore rupee mark for the second straight month in August. The trend is indicative of a sustained revival in economic activity. Also, the GST Council will meet on September 17th and may review concessional rates on COVID items. Monsoon is expected to revive in September, bringing relief to farming activity in regions that received inadequate rains. Rainfall is likely to be excessive this month, but the season may still end up with rain deficit, according to the IMD. The government is seeking clarity on the contours of IDBI Bank's privatization plan. ET Now has exclusively learned that the government has asked the regulator RBI whether industrial houses will be permitted to own banks or not. It is open to taking an inclusive approach to give industrial houses a banking license. We will also get you a daily dose of COVID-related stories in our COVID Corner. The regulator has granted permission to Biological E for Phase 2 and Phase 3 clinical trials of its vaccine for children aged 5 to 18 years. Yesterday was another day of over 1 crore vaccines getting administered. As many as 1 crore 33 lakh shots were given, taking the total number of vaccinated population to over 65 crore. Let's now check out how Wall Street fared overnight. And Nasdaq has started the month with a record close as it builds on the August momentum. Fresh data shows that economic activity in US manufacturing sector grew in August. Now, this Friday market will dissect the monthly jobs report. On Dalal Street, there was a breather after 2 days of relentless rise. But the index has managed to hold on to the 17,000 mark. Money was rotating in sectors with metal and IT stepping back and realty taking charge. Watch out for the upcoming F&O entrants. Some of them were buzzing all through the session, the likes of Oberoi Realty, which ended 10% higher. In fact, the entire realty pack is outstripping the benchmark after an exceptionally good July and despite a quiet August. As the rally paused for breath, DII sold shares worth about 1,300 crore rupees, while FIIs were net buyers of shares worth about 666 crore rupees. We shall have to see if this dip will be used by investors to lap up more shares, or we will hover around these levels for some more time. Let's tell you about some of the active stocks this morning. Vedanta has approved an interim dividend of 18 rupees 50 paisa per share for this fiscal. This amounts to close to 6,900 crore rupees for the company. Car makers are struggling with production targets because of the chip shortage. After Maruti, now Tata Motors has had to cut down output in the coming months. The company did not specify the quantum or dates of the production cut. August sales for Escorts and Bajaj Auto have degrown month on month, and Maruti along with M&M have been worst hit. India's third largest private lender Axis Bank has raised $600 million from offshore investors by selling additional Tier 1 or AT bonds. After SBI and HDFC Bank, it is the third lender to tap the 81 route. French dairy giant Lactalis is in talks to buy Quality Dairy in a fire sale. Company's creditors have failed to reach an agreement on its debt resolution. Those were the stocks and news, and that's all we have time for. Thank you for listening in. We will be back again same time tomorrow on Rise with India. Wish you all a great day ahead.
The Rise with India podcast on ET Now.